Greatness Coaching with Heidi M.
It's time for Greatness Coaching with Heidi M here on E-Radio, and today we're talking about intermittent fasting. Interesting. Heidi, a very big hello to you.
Hello, Ian. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. How was your weekend?
It was fantastic. There's no rest for the wicked. You know that.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm always working, but I love my jobs so much that it doesn't feel like I'm working. You know that thing where they say, if you love your job, you'll never work a day in your life?
That's it.
And that's me.
That's also me. Well, most of the time.
Yes, there's always that one thing that you have to do that's not so lekker.
Yeah, but as you said in a couple of episodes ago, you said do that first and then it's over.
Exactly. And I follow my own advice. It works every time. I hope you're also doing it, Ian.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, it is just much better. Yeah, and then you don't think about it all day or you dread it the whole day, you know. Just get it over and done with.
Exactly, Ian. Exactly. And tell me honestly, doesn't it just make you feel good about yourself?
Yeah.
It's a victory.
Yeah.
And you are the only person who can really celebrate yourself.
Yeah.
You know, wholeheartedly, and it's so wonderful to be able to say, listen, I did this, well done me, and then move on to the other things. Yes, absolutely. It gives you amazing confidence.
And just don't go and buy food to reward yourself.
No, because life is so full of beautiful and other things apart from food.
Yeah, it's true.
Listen, Ian, let me just tell you this. I love food. I love good food. It makes me so happy. But it's not supposed to be the thing that your life revolves around. You know, then it becomes toxic, literally. You know, and that's why we're talking about this intermittent fasting today, just to let people know that there is this amazing other way of eating, which is full of rewards in itself. And the reward is voluntarily staying away from food for a few hours of every day. It's the avoidance of food for spiritual or health or other reasons. And it's not something that is new. People have been doing this since the beginning of time. The Neanderthals and the cavemen did this because they were not eating 6 times a day. They didn't have diabetes and cancer. So go figure, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So and they would go and hunt, eat, enjoy themselves, feast. And then it could be 2 or 3 days before they have food again. So that was a fast, a voluntary fast. These days, it's more voluntary than in those days, obviously, for obvious reasons. But it should be part of everyday normal life. Let me just say that if you have pre-existing medical conditions like cancer or diabetes or heart disease or whatever it is, I'm not talking hypochondria. I'm saying a legit disease.
Yes.
Please check with your doctor. Don't do anything regarding your health without checking with your doctor first, your GP or your physician or your specialist or whoever it is. So now that I've done that disclaimer, ask your doctor to help you intermittent fast. Don't do it on your own. But don't tell them, I'm not sure if I should tell them you want to intermittent fast. How can you do that the best way possible? And they will help you. It's so powerful, and the effects and the potential is so therapeutic. Learning to fast properly gives us the option of using it or not. And I'm going to just tell you a few things about this intermittent fasting so that you can decide to use it or use it. Right. So, pre-existing medical conditions, I've done that with you. Please, 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 I can't emphasize that enough. And then people who should not fast are people who are underweight, who have eating disorders like anorexia or bulimia, and then pregnant women or breastfeeding women and children under the age of 18 should not do that. Do not make your child intermittent fast. Do not do it. It's not okay. All right. But for the rest of us, the majority of us, let's rock and roll. You are going to start with a proper 3 meals a day. This is if you've never fasted before, never done intermittent fasting. You're going to start with 3 meals a day because you have to get yourself ready and sorted to eat only at certain times during the day. The only reason you get hungry at 7 or 8 in the morning is because you're used to eating at 7 or 8 in the morning. So the only reason you get hungry after 12 or during lunchtime is because you're used to eating then. The same for the evenings. So you need to train yourself to get hungry at specific times. So you're going to start with your 3 square meals a day. Right. No little snacks and things late night after you've had your last meal of the day. All righty. Then you're going to go 12-12. 12 hours during which you can eat. That's your eating window. And then 12 hours where you do not eat anything at all. That we call your fasting window. So that is going to be a little bit more difficult. So you have to just switch on your mind for that thing and understand why you are doing it. And I'm going to tell you why you are going to do that in a minute after I've explained to you the procedure. And then you're going to push yourself a little bit. Then you're going to add 1 hour to your fasting window. So it becomes 11-13. And then you're going to go for the 14-10, and then eventually going to push yourself. You can just stretch this by half an hour every day or every second day if you want to do it slowly. And then later on, you're going to get to your 14-10, 15-9, and then you're going to get to the big one, the 16-8. This is the very much followed one. This is the most popular one. 16 hours of not eating. That's your fasting window, and then 8 hours is your eating window. You are not eating for 8 hours solid, please, Eon. Don't do that. That would be counterproductive. That means have a meal, and then about let's say 4 odd hours later, you can have another small something, and then 7 or so 8 hours or 7 or so hours later, you're going to have another small something, so that exactly 8 hours after your eating window has started, you stop eating. The benefits there is so wonderful. Some people, I just want to, before I tell you the benefits, I want to tell you that I do an 18-6, meaning I only eat, my eating window is only 6 hours a day. Some days I do a 24, where I only have an eating window of 4 hours a day. And then another one that's very popular is the OMAD, that is 1 meal a day, where people fast for 23 hours and they have their one big meal with all their kilojoules in the day. They hoy into that one meal. Now, why in the world am I so set on having everybody in this country who possibly can intermittent fast?
Yes,
obviously,
why?
Let me tell you, the first foremost thing that people are looking for is the weight loss and the body fat loss. So as I don't like talking about weight loss because we always look for what we've lost, I say weight management. But Eon, this is really for me just by the way, wonderful side effect of this. This is not even for me the most important, most wonderful benefit. Yes, you will lose weight. Yes, you will lose body fat. Yes, you will increase your fat burning. But the other thing that is so wonderful is the lowered blood insulin and sugar levels. Your insulin levels are so much more managed. It is a beautiful thing when you don't have that insulin, that hormone, wreaking havoc in your system all day. And when that thing is stabilized, you have fantastic mental clarity, wonderful concentration. You don't get hungry. Once your body is used to this thing and in tune, and it could take 2 weeks, it could take up to a month, but once it is there, it is a thing of beauty. The clarity, the concentration is fantastic. My energy levels are through the roof. I remember you asked me a while ago, where do you find the energy? Where do you get the energy for everything you do? Intermittent fasting.
My word.
It is a phenomenon. Possibly increasing your growth hormone, so at least in the short term, so you look younger and you feel younger. It's also improving your blood cholesterol profile. So yes, which is fantastic. It's brilliant. And then your cellular cleansing is activated. There's reduction of inflammation. Fasting gives you these amazing, unique advantages that are not usually found in your typical diets. This is not a diet anyway. It's a lifestyle. And if you think about it like that it's a lifestyle, this is what I do, this is who I am, it makes all the difference, because diet we usually associate with restrictive. We are or restrictions. I can't have this. I can't have that. I have to stop myself from doing this or that or the other. With intermittent fasting, you just tell yourself, okay, hang tight, Heidi. You are going to have your nice meal in 2 hours. Then drink something like a glass of water or a cup of hot tea, a rooibos tea. Oh, we are so lucky to have such a wonderful range and such a great product coming from this country.
Yeah.
Rooibos tea is the best thing ever, let me tell you.
It is.
And rooibos tea, black, bitter, cold rooibos tea in summer, or your warm cup of tea in winter. It is the best thing to quench your thirst, especially if you don't like water so much. But that's also something you can just learn to do. If you drink your coffee without sugar, the first day it's going to taste awful. The second day it's awful. The third day you're going to start changing. 10 days later, if you've had it without sugar for those 10 days consecutively, you are going to, if you then taste sugar in your coffee, you are going to be grossed out and you're going to think, how could I ever put this in my body?
Wow.
So yes, it's just a matter of setting your mind and slowly but surely getting yourself into the swing of things, because the benefits are so amazing. It is simple to do. You don't have to go and buy all kinds of smart and fancy foods and scales to weigh. It is cheap to do. It is convenient because you're going to set it up to suit your lifestyle. You're not going to, obviously, if you have a family and you have your meal together at 7:00 in the evening, you're not going to stop eating at 5. No, you're going to stop eating at 8 so that you can enjoy your meal with your family. You need to make this suit your life and your style of living. It's not a schlep. You can have cheat days. If I don't like cheat days from fasting. I'll rather have a cheat something, if you want to put it in inverted commas, a cheat something with my normal meal. Like this weekend, I had a lovely slice of carrot cake. I absolutely love carrot cake, but that was part of my dinner, and that was my cheat meal for the week. So you can cheat with your fasting and push it out a little bit if you want to, or skip it one day altogether. But obviously, you'll have maximum benefits. And who does not want the maximum benefits for all your troubles if you do it every day? If you see, okay, wait, I have breakfast appointment tomorrow morning. It's going to be fun. It's going to be with friends that I haven't seen for a long time, for example. And this is at 9:00, and I usually only start eating at 1. Then what you do is you just stop eating earlier the night before, and you can still stretch it out. You see, you just have to apply yourself, think for yourself. If you don't eat meat, you can still fast. If you don't eat wheat, you can still fast. If you have a nut allergy, you can still fast. If you don't have money, you can fast. If you don't have time, you can fast. If you travel all the time, you can fast. If you're a terrible cook, you can fast. If you're 80 years old, you can fast. If you can't chew or swallow, you can still fast, So it's simple. It saves you money. It saves you time. It's flexible. It's powerful. It's available anytime, anywhere. It is just, and the benefits are just unbelievable. And like with anything, you're going to have to do it for a while before you start seeing the benefits. But I tell you, once you start seeing and feeling the benefits, there's no turning back. I never want to live any other way. And this is coming from a person who insisted on, for the first 46 years of my life, having a breakfast at 7 or 8 in the morning, and having another meal at lunchtime, and having a late night dinner. Well, late I call 7 or 8 o'clock, which is actually quite late. So it's quite late if you're going to eat at 7 o'clock in the morning again. Yeah. So yes, and instinctively we actually already intermittent fast, most of us, because you don't eat while you're sleeping, right?
That's it.
So these 8 hours accounted for already, or 7 hours. And people should be sleeping 7 hours a night minimum, right?
Heidi, a question I have is, let's say you're fasting now. Can you still exercise? Because I find that if I don't eat often and I do some exercising, then I feel like I'm going to faint. It's like I need petrol again. So can you exercise while you are fasting?
In a fasted state, some people swear by it. I do that. I went to the gym this morning. I was there at 8 o'clock, and I had a fantastic session. I did functional training with my fabulous trainer there today in my fasted state. If and when your body gets used to this thing, Eon, you burn so much more of this fat that you are carrying around with you. We all have fat on our bodies. And like I said in the beginning, this is not for underweight people. Underweight people shouldn't fast. I don't think you're underweight. I'm not underweight.
No.
So I would highly recommend it. So once you are in the regime of fasting, your body knows exactly how to draw energy from your stored fat. And you actually don't. So I find that if you're not intermittent fasting, your body gets a kind of a shock if it hasn't had food before your workout or your routine that you're going to do. But once you are in that routine of not eating for certain times of the day or during that time period, your body knows exactly what to do. Remember, your body is an adaptation machine. It wants to adapt. And that's sometimes why we just actually break all rules for 2 or 3 days in a row. Go ballistic, eat loads of pork chops and whatever, forget about our diet for 2 or 3 days. This is like if you've reached a plateau because your body has adapted so much that you want to kickstart it. But that's a talk for another day. So once your body is used to this is the best way to exercise. It's in a fasted state.
Heidi, thank you so much. That was very, very interesting. Now, next week we're talking about exercising and get moving.
Yes.
That's something. Let's get physical.
Yes. Let's get physical, Eon. This is brilliant. Please check it out. Check out intermittent fasting. There's a load of information on that. You can also contact me for health and wellness coaching. That's all around mental health, spiritual health, physical health. And that's Heidi at homebound.co.za. Or you can get hold of me at Greatness Coaching with Heidi M on Facebook.
Just listen to all that energy. Isn't that incredible? Heidi, thanks so much. And then until next week.
Bless you. Have a good day. Cheers.